Well, it is Sunday night. I'm here to do a go live and just checking in with you. How was your weekend? How was your week? For many of us here in LA, I think we're getting real COVID fatigue. We're still wearing the masks, still doing what we need to do. I can't even find out when I can get a vaccination. So if you have one, good for you. I'm so happy for you. I would surely love one. Hey, I wanted to talk to you all about a little bit more about journaling just because I'm on this kick right now. And that's about, hi, friend, that idea of how we can use our journal kind of for big purposes. Now, if you are anything like me, maybe you don't even have to be anything like me. I literally have spent thousands of dollars on self-development books, personal growth books, videos, classes. Oh my gosh, so much money. And some of them have been great, amazing. Dare I say, a few have actually even been life-changing, but that life-changing effect only happens if I actually do something with the information. Quite a few of them have just been fluff. Some of them I couldn't even finish or get through. It just didn't click with me. In a large part because the authors, and maybe one day I'll be an author, who knows, but when these books come out, the authors are writing from their own perspective. And we have this idea in coaching, and I love this metaphor and why coaching can be so important. And that is, you know, as a coach, we almost never give advice. Hi, Philippines, how are you? It's so nice to have you, Adeline. Thank you so much. As a coach, we don't give advice, right? And the reason why is because we all have very different maps of the world. And even though we're right here in this spot right now, how you got here is wildly different from how I got here. And all of my experiences, which lead to my advice, you don't share. So when I give you my advice for your own life, it almost never works. In fact, when I try it with my clients, what I usually get, first of all, is resistance. And second of all, it's the response of, yeah, I could do that. And I know right there in that moment, they're not going to do that. Let's just take it off the table because they have their own map of the world. And my job as a coach is to highlight and help them see a new perspective. And I love this analogy. We all, whether you're wearing glasses right now or not, you have a perspective on the world that's with glasses, right? And what I want to do as a coach is help you take those glasses off so you can see a different perspective, right? So whether you're wearing real glasses or not, we all have metaphorical glasses or lenses with which we experience the world. And my job as a coach is to help you see a different perspective with the lenses down and lower. And I do that through curiosity, through questioning. I want you to really dive deep into what you want to create and the world you want to live in and the human you want to be. And I think one of the most important roles we have in this life that we have on this planet is to evolve into the human that we want to be. Who is it that we want to be? And there's books out there that can help us with that and give us some insights. But the truth of the matter is that work is all on us individually. We have to own that work. And a lot of times as a coach, what I can help people do is, help them develop their values, help them develop kind of the understanding of their emotional intelligence and understanding the leadership qualities they want to have. But I can't give them a step-by-step task list to get there because they're going to have to find their own way to get there. And we can co-create a strategy for that. But what I have found is with my journal, it is a powerful tool for me to do that work, to do the work of trying to evolve into the human that I want to be. Now, trust me, I am not there yet. And I will continue doing this until the day I die. I will be on my deathbed for sure saying, I didn't quite make it. And that's okay, because I think that is our greatest purpose, to continue the evolution. We'll learn through this for sure. But the pages in your journal can really help us with that. Because what if I asked you right now, what are the character traits that you would really like to embody? What are those? Do you know what they are for you? And do you have any plan on how to get there on a regular basis? That's work that I do in my journal to find out, oh, what are the traits of perseverance, of integrity, of truthfulness, of honesty, of leadership, these kind of qualities that I want to embody. Now, am I totally embodying them on a regular basis? No, I am not. But without any kind of intention, I don't have any attention to pay to. Right? So being really clear on what are the emotions I want to experience. If I really think about the human I want to evolve into, what are the emotions I want to experience on a regular basis? That goes into my journal. And it's also the place where I track what kind of friend do I want to be? Who do I want to be in relationships? How do I want to deal with my finances, my career? All of that goes into my journal, because that's the place of creation for me. I can't just think about this stuff and think that I'm going to get there. My journal is my workbook. It's where the ideas of thinking about who do I want to be on this earth, that gets captured right here in the notebook. And then I start thinking, well, if that's the person I want to be, what do I have to do to get there? What are the beliefs that I need to have in place? What are the habits that I need to have in place? How will this truly impact me if I actually do this? And how will it impact the rest of the world around me, the people around me, if I'm truly able to embody this new person I want to evolve into? For me, personal development is one of the greatest games we could ever play. And I say that because there's great experimentation in this. There's an expansiveness in evolving to the human that you want to be, right? And I hope that what I can do in my time of doing this is actually do it with a sense of playfulness, that there's no shame in it. I can't show up perfectly all the time, nor do I even want to try and be the person. That is not one of the character traits that I want to embody, perfection. No, thank you. But I do want to embody this kind of evolving human being with a sense of fun, a sense of playfulness, a sense of deep compassion when I fall off the rails and I don't show up the way that I want to. And that happens regularly because I'm showing up. And the very act of showing up for other people and with other people means that I'm gonna eventually not show up the way I want to. But that goes into the journal. And to figure out, well, what were the circumstances in that case? What was happening for me in that moment? What do I want to do differently the next time that happens? And these kind of dialogues that I have with myself on the page, I believe can become our best personal development book. The one that we don't have to go to the shelf and buy. We create our book. We can go back and say, oh yeah, what are the traits that I want to have? How do I want to deal with my relationships? What kind of parent do I want to be? What kind of partner do I want to be? What kind of personality traits do I want to have? What about my health and fitness? It all goes into your journal to think, who is the human I want to be? I get really excited about this because I want you to own your life. I say all the time that I rent my home, but I own my life. That means I'm responsible for the things, not the things that happen to me, but I'm responsible for the reactions that I have to them. And I'm really responsible for the story that I tell about the things that happen to me. Because there's really one of two ways you can tell those stories. You can either tell it as if whatever happened to you, you have now become the victim to it. Or you can tell the story in a way that allows you to become the hero of it. And even with all this COVID stuff, I can certainly tell a story like, oh, it's really hit my business. Hi, Sharon. Hey, I got an email coming your way. We can have times when we can use the things that happen to us as excuses. We can also use the labels that are given to us as excuses, that we grow in or we squash ourselves down into the label of who we are. Oh, I can't do that because I'm ADHD, or oh, I can't do that because I have this disorder or that disorder. No, I don't want you to live to your label. I want you to be the person who does what you do in spite of being labeled as this. You're a person, if I talk to people who say, oh, I'm really insecure or I'm an introvert, I don't know how to do a Facebook Live. Well, of course not, because you've never done it. And second of all, I don't want you to say you can't do it because you have a label. That's living the world's expectations of you. I want you to create the world that you want to live in, which means that you're going to say, I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I'm completely scared out of my mind to do it. And I'm going to do this. I'm a little bit of an introvert, but that doesn't matter here. It doesn't matter, because what you want to do is more important than your fears. How you want to show up is bigger than the fears. Oof. I'm telling you, my journal is a powerful piece of how I show up in the world. I come to it to congratulate my small wins, the little things that I do on the regular basis is that you showed up the way you wanted to, girl. Good for you. But I also give myself on the page place to be forgiven. Do I forgive myself for the times I don't show up well? And I give myself some self-compassion and a little bit of talk about how would I want to do that differently. It all goes on the page. Let your journal become your best self-development book. It's created by you, for you. There's no better book out there. Ooh, felt a little fire today, y'all. I hope you have a great day. Bye. I know, Sharon, I'm feeling fiery, hot. I love it. Hey, Sharon, if you're still there, do you journal? Give me a heart or a one up if you're here. Oh, you're so welcome, Sharon. Yeah. Hey, if you're still here, just I feel really hot about the idea of journaling with a purpose, not just to dump your thoughts, although that can be super helpful too, but really using this as a place to create. It's a place of creation for yourself. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes I go on and off the wagon too, Sharon. It's not like I'm doing it every single day, but there are times, and I know for me, when I get on a regular cycle of doing journaling, it's like the next evolution. It's the next step. And then for all of us, we have kind of hibernation states. And I think that's really important for us to recognize too, that you can't be constantly going up like this in an evolution state. That's just not possible. There's going to be things and circumstances. So it's, it's kind of like this. We go this and this, but eventually we continue to evolve up. But we're always going to find dips in what we experience. There's always going to be little downfalls of motivation. I like to call it the hibernation stage for us, that we take what we're doing, we take what we're learning, and we need some time away from it, so we can really process it and think about how do we want to implement it in our lives. And then we come back up and we come back and we're just a little bit better, right? And then we're just a little bit better. So thank you for coming in and joining me today. Adeline, thank you so much for joining me. Sharon, if you're still there, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful night, everybody.